Next is that, for example, if you see that there is a beaker, let me draw here. Let's say you have a beaker, and in the beaker, you have a partially permeable membrane which separates both the ends A and B. So the center line shows partially permeable membrane. Now on one side, let's say you have on one side dilute solution, dilute sugar solution, and on the other side you have concentrated sugar solution. So first of all, you have to see on which side water is in high concentration. So dilute solution means that water potential is high, mean water is in high concentration. So you will say water is in high concentration at A, so high, and at B, water is in low concentration. Now you can see that in between A and B, there is a membrane which is called partially permeable membrane. So if the partially permeable membrane is present and water moves from high to low, then we call it osmosis. Okay, so in this case, you will say that water moves from A to B by osmosis. Next step is that, now let me give you another example. You have a container. Let's say here is a container, and there is no partially permeable membrane in the center. Just on one side, you have, let's say, 6 molecules of water, and on the other side, you have just 2 molecules of water, 2 molecules. So you can see that in this container, there is no partially permeable membrane. Now, the question is, what is this movement called? These are water molecules, and in setup A, there is movement of water molecules. But what is the difference between the two? That in one, partially permeable membrane is present, so we call it osmosis, while in container 2 you can see that there is no partially permeable membrane, although it is movement of water molecule. My first point is that osmosis is movement of water molecules. So you can see in setup 2 there are water molecules, but as partially permeable membrane is not present, so we don't consider it osmosis. Now it is diffusion. It is moving from high to low. So 6 molecules show that concentration is high at this end, and 2 molecules show that concentration is low at the other end. Okay. Next one. Okay. Now the last one, that is active transport. What is active transport? Active transport is basically movement of any type of molecule. Okay. It is just like diffusion, in a sense that it is the movement of any molecule. It could be mineral ion, or sugar molecule, or oxygen, or carbon dioxide. So what is active transport? Active transport is basically active transport. I'm just showing it. In active transport, movement, there is movement of any molecule. Okay. Second is, very important point is that this movement is from low concentration to high concentration. Means from the low concentration to the area of high concentration. For example, you have, let's say, and there are 2 molecules on one end and 4 on the other side. If the movement is from 2 to 4, mean from the lower concentration to higher concentration, then you call it active transport. So this is very important point which differentiate the process from the diffusion or osmosis. What is the third point? Okay, now come to the third one. Partially permeable membrane. Yes, partially permeable membrane is also present. So I'm going to write here that partially permeable membrane is also a compulsion. So ppm, I'm just going to write here ppm. ppm is also present. Okay, now let's sum up this lecture. How are you going to differentiate between these 3 processes? Number one, first says that diffusion is movement of any molecule. Active transport also says that it is the movement of any molecule. And osmosis is only movement of water molecules. Okay. Then second point is, in diffusion, movement is from high to low. And in osmosis, movement is again from high to low. While in active transport, movement is from low to high. Third one, partially permeable membrane may or may not be present. Mean in diffusion, if diffusion is taking place in the living body, for example, exchange of gases. In your lungs, oxygen and carbon dioxide moves in and out, and this exchange of gases is done by diffusion. Why is it? Oxygen is in high concentration outside the body, while it is in lower concentration in the body because it is used up. So you can say oxygen, if we don't say that oxygen moves in by active transport, we say that oxygen diffuses in. Exchange of gases is done by diffusion. And what is diffusion? Movement of any movement. Specifically, you have to say that movement should be through low. Osmosis, how can you differentiate osmosis from diffusion? If it is the movement of water molecule, mean it is also high to low. Partially permeable membrane must be present. Then says the transport of any molecule to high partially permeable may also. And fourth very important point is that this process requires energy. Energy comes from, this is very important point. At this point that it requires energy, and this energy comes from, where does this energy come from? This energy comes from respiration. So in respiration energy is released, and which gas is important for respiration? Oxygen. It means if there is oxygen, then respiration can take place. So these are important key points that you should know. Active transport is movement of any molecule, low to high, partially permeable membrane, energy required, and energy comes from respiration, and for respiration oxygen is very important. Now we can discuss some examples. For example, we can move on to the next one. Okay, now let's discuss examples. Let me show you. For example, if you can say that there is a root hair cell, okay, here is a root hair cell. It is surrounded by soil solution. Here is soil solution. Okay. The solution inside the vacuole, or you can say the solution inside the root hair cell, is called cell sap. Let me complete it. Okay, here is cell sap. Now, if you compare these two solutions, you can say that soil solution is dilute solution. Why is it dilute? Because water is in high concentration in the soil. More water, it means there is more water in soil and less solute. While you compare root hair cell with the soil solution, you can say the solution inside the root hair cell is concentrated solution. Why is it concentrated? Because the size of the root hair cell is very small. Root hair cell is very small in size, so it makes the solution inside the cell concentrated. So water moves in. What can we say? That we can say that as water is in high concentration outside the root hair cell and in low concentration inside the cell, so you can say water moves in by osmosis. They may ask that by which process water moves into the root hair cell, and your answer should be osmosis, because water is in high concentration outside the root hair cell, and as compared to the cell sap. Cell sap क्या चीज है? It is the solution inside the root hair cell. Okay. So अंदर पानी कम है, बाहर ज्यादा है. So water will move by which process? Osmosis. हमने अभी definitions में पढ़ा. If it is the movement of water molecule and from high to low है and partially permeable. You can see in this diagram that partially permeable membrane is present. Root hair cell में आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे outermost boundary cell wall and the second one is cell membrane. Okay. Okay, Ji. Next one is, next we can compare these root hair cells. Another example. Let's discuss another example where water is moving out, but it is not called osmosis. Let's see. I think you should know about, let me make another diagram. Okay. You might have seen there is a leaf, and if you cut it transversely, mean TS of this leaf agar aapne liya hai, it looks like this. Outermost boundary is cuticle. You can see this is called cuticle. Then the next layer, and this next layer is called upper epidermis. Then there is palisade mesophil cells. Then spongy mesophil cells. Then there is lower epidermis. Then you can see, right? Cells are like this. On one side, you can see that there are vascular bundles. Xylem is to the upper side and phloem is to the lower side. Okay. Now, I think you already know that from the xylem, water moves into the palisade mesophyll cell and then into the spongy mesophyll cell. Now you can see that in between xylem and these cells, there is partially permeable membrane. So you will call it osmosis. If the movement of water is between two cells, then it means there is partially permeable membrane. Then we will say that it is osmosis. Let's say if examiners say that this is cell A and this is cell B, and the question is by which process water moves from cell A to B, your answer should be osmosis. Why answer should be osmosis? Because between cell A and cell B, there is partially permeable membrane. One factor. Second factor is in A, water is in high concentration as compared to cell B. Why is it in high concentration? Because water from xylem vessel. Okay, so there are two conditions which justify that this process is osmosis. Number one, you can say that in A, cell A, water is in high concentration, while in B, it is in low concentration. And another option is that there is partially permeable membrane. So if the question is about movement of water molecules in A and B, then your answer should be osmosis. But let's say, what is the next step? From this spongy mesophyll cell, water moves out into the intercellular space. This is called, we call it intercellular space. So water first evaporates, intercellular space, from the cell evaporate into the this space, and there is a moisture which lines spongy mesophyll cells, or you can say there is a thin film of moisture around the spongy mesophyll cells. Okay, so when the movement is from cell to intercellular space, then it is, again you can say it is evaporation. And then if next the question, sometimes they ask you evaporation of water from stomata. Next step is that from intercellular space, water moves out into the atmosphere. Now, can you see that between this intercellular space and atmosphere, there is no partially permeable membrane? है कोई partially permeable membrane? इसके space के और outer जो atmosphere है, इसके दरमियान में कोई partially permeable membrane नहीं. Although it is movement of water, पानी move कर रहा है, ठीक है? Water is moving from the intercellular space to the outside, but we call it diffusion. We say evaporation of water. I'm going to write it here. Evaporation of water from stomata, okay? Evaporation of water from stomata is diffusion. From stomata is diffusion. Why is it diffusion? You can see first condition is, what if it is the movement of water, then it should be osmosis. So you can see water is moving out. Second condition is that water should move from high concentration to low concentration. This condition also is correct over here. But the third condition is that partially permeable membrane must be present for osmosis. You can see that between intercellular space and outer atmosphere, there is no partially permeable membrane. ठीक है, क्योंकि partially permeable membrane नहीं है, अब हम यहाँ पे वाटर की मूवमेंट को क्या कहेंगे? We will say that it is diffusion. तो जब भी पेपर में आपको देखो टिपिकल से पेट सेंटेंसेस हैं जो आपको पेपर में आते हैं. पेट सेंटेंसेस में नंबर 1 दे आस्क यू अबाउट एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस इन प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स बॉडी. किसी का भी पूछें, प्लांट्स में एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस है, ऑक्सीजन इन और CO2 इन और ऑक्सीजन आउट, जो भी उसमें वो कहता है, एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस इज डन बाय डिफ्यूजन. Okay, and if exchange of gases is in human beings, then it is also diffusion. If it is movement of water from cell to cell, cell 1 to cell 2, cell 2 to cell 3, then there is partially permeable membranes, then it is osmosis. Movement of water is 98% osmosis. Just 2% questions जो है उनके अंदर आपको ये असेस करना पड़ता है कि जी ये ऑस्मोसिस नहीं है, डिफ्यूजन नहीं है. वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल उसकी क्या है? एवेपोरेशन ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम द स्टोमेटा ऑफ द लीफ. इसको हमने यहाँ डिफ्यूजन कहा क्यों है? इसलिए कहा क्योंकि इंटरसेलुलर स्पेस से बाहर पानी जब जाएगा तो दरमियान में कोई मेम्ब्रेन है ही नहीं, पार्शियली परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन ही नहीं है, तो हम कहते हैं जी कि नाउ इट इज नॉट ऑस्मोसिस, इट इज डिफ्यूजन. वन एग्जांपल. सेकंड जो एक टिपिकल एग्जांपल है, आपको जैसे कुछ पास पेपर्स में यू विल सी दैट दे हैव शोन दैट लेट्स से देयर आर टू सेल्स. ये वन सेल है, देखो आपके पास वन सेल है, देन देयर इज सेकंड सेल. अब वो कहता है जी कि वाटर एंटर्स इनटू द सेल वॉल. आपको वो स्टेटमेंट में लिख के बताता है वाटर एंटर्स इनटू द सेल वॉल ऑफ द फर्स्ट सेल and then from cell wall of the first cell water moves to the cell wall of the second cell. What is this process called, or by which process this water moves from cell 1 to cell 2? Now you can see that water has entered into cell wall, then into cell wall of the next cell. सेल वॉल से सेल वॉल में मूवमेंट हो रही है, वो पार्शियली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन में से तो गुजरा ही नहीं है। तो जब ये पार्शियली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन से गुजरेगा ही नहीं, सेल वॉल से सेल वॉल में चला गया है, then it is diffusion. ठीक है, तो आपकी जस्ट टू कंडीशंस है, वन एवेपोरेशन ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम स्टोमेटा इज डिफ्यूजन, अदरवाइज मैक्सिमम एग्जांपल्स के अंदर वाटर की मूवमेंट इनसाइड द सेल और आउटसाइड द सेल बोथ आर ऑस्मोसिस। ठीक है, वन इज कि आपकी वन सेल के सेल वॉल से दूसरे के सेल वॉल में चला गया और पार्शियली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन में से वो पास ही नहीं हुआ, तो देन आप उसको कहोगे क्योंकि पार्शियली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन इज नॉट इन्वॉल्व, so you can say now it is diffusion, it is no more osmosis. Okay, I think this is up. And what about active transport? Let's discuss just two examples of active transport. Okay, let me share it with you. Two examples of active transport. Active transport in your syllabus, just there are just two examples. One is uptake of mineral lines, absorption of mineral lines in root hair cell. For example, we can write over here. This is absorption of. Let me write here active transport. Active transport, just two examples. अच्छा, देखो absorption of mineral lines. Absorption of mineral lines in root hair cell. One, and second one is absorption of glucose in villi. Okay, now let me explain you this one example. One explain कर देते हैं, second आपको खुद ही समझ आ जाएगी। ठीक है, अच्छा देखो ये root hair cell है, root hair cell के अंदर we say that in the root hair cell the solution is concentrated. Now the first question is, how is it concentrated? Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a glass and then you have added 1 spoon of salt, just 1 spoon of salt in a glass. On the other side you have a big container, maybe a bucket, and in this you have added again 1 spoon of salt, 1 spoon of salt in a bucket. So this is glass is A and this bucket is B. Now you can see over here, although you have added same amount of solute or same amount of salt in both containers, but we say that solution B is dilute. हमने तो सेम उसमें solute डाला, लेकिन हम कहते हैं जी B dilute है और जो A है it is concentrated. Why is it concentrated? Reason क्या है इसकी? क्योंकि B के अंदर water जो है is in more amount, more quantity में है। आप देख सकते हो कि क्योंकि container is big, so there is more water in container B. More water is making it dilute. And glass is very small in size, although you have added same amount of salt in both containers, but in one container water is in more concentration as compared to the second one. So glass में आप कहते हो जी solution is concentrated. आप इसको टेस्ट करके भी देख सकते हो कि जो ग्लास वाला है वो तो concentrated, बहुत salty होगा, और ये जो बिग कंटेनर है ये आपको लगेगा जी नहीं इसमें बहुत कम सॉल्ट है। रीजन क्या है कि जो कंटेनर बी है उसके अंदर पानी ज्यादा है और जो कंटेनर ए है उसके अंदर पानी कम है, तो वाटर की अमाउंट, सॉल्वेंट की अमाउंट यहाँ पे उसको डाइल्यूट और कंसंट्रेटेड बना रही है। सेम जो कंटेनर्स है इनको हम अप्लाई करेंगे रूट हेयर सेल के ऊपर। अब देखो रूट हेयर सेल इज वेरी स्मॉल इन साइज, इट इज जस्ट लाइक अ ग्लास, जितना भी इसके अंदर सोल्यूशन होगा इट इज कंसंट्रेटेड इनसाइड द रूट हेयर सेल, सोल्यूशन इज कंसंट्रेटेड सोल्यूशन। नाउ रूट हेयर सेल इज सराउंडेड बाय व्हाट? सॉइल वाटर। ठीक है, soil water में क्या है basically minerals are dissolved in it, so you can say this soil solution, if instead of writing soil water I write it soil solution, then it is more appropriate. Soil solution, you can say soil solution is dilute solution. Why is it dilute? Because soil के अंदर पानी की अमाउंट ज्यादा है जो उसको डाइल्यूट बनाएगी। ठीक है, सो अब आप इसकी मूवमेंट डिस्कस करो। तो आप कहते हो जी आवर मेन टॉपिक इज एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट, तो आप कहते हो कंसंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन मीन मोर मिनरल्स। हमने कहा जी मिनरल्स अंदर हाई कंसंट्रेशन में, मोर मिनरल्स है, हाई कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ मिनरल्स इनसाइड द रूट हेयर सेल बिकॉज द सॉल्यूशन इज कंसंट्रेटेड जस्ट लाइक अ ग्लास। और सॉइल वाटर के अंदर आप कहते हो जी मिनरल्स आर इन लो कंसंट्रेशन, मिनरल्स लो है। क्यों लो कंसंट्रेशन में है? बिकॉज एग्जांपल इज जस्ट लाइक अ बकेट, इन विच आप कह सकते हो कि सॉल्ट तो मे बी दोनों में इक्वली हो, लेकिन वाटर क्योंकि ज्यादा है उसको डाइल्यूट बना रहा है। सो अब क्या होना चाहिए, देखो लॉजिकली इफ इनसाइड द सेल minerals are in high concentration, outside the cell they are in low concentration, तो logically तो diffusion होनी चाहिए, minerals को बाहर चला जाना चाहिए, बट ऐसा होता बिल्कुल नहीं है। ऐसा क्यों नहीं होता? उसकी रीजन क्या है कि जो मिनरल आयंस हैं, दे आर रिक्वायर्ड बाय द प्लांट फॉर फोटोसिंथेसिस, फॉर प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस, इसके लिए इसको रिक्वायर्ड है। ये कभी भी फ्यूजन उसको बाहर नहीं जाने देगा। तो क्या करेगा? ये तो उसको रिक्वायर्ड है, ये एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट करेगा। एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट क्या है? मूवमेंट ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स फ्रॉम low concentration to high concentration. So you can say this root hair cell will absorb mineral ions by active transport. अंदर although mineral ज्यादा है, solution concentrated है, बाहर क्योंकि soil solution है, dilute solution है, minerals की amount कम है, even then minerals hold in, अंदर एब्सॉर्ब करने पड़ेंगे। ठीक है, वाई? बिकॉज दे आर रिक्वायर्ड बाय द प्लांट। तो ये तो मूवमेंट है, इसको हम अप हिल मूवमेंट भी बोलते हैं, इसको हम अगेंस्ट द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट भी बोलते हैं। आप पास्ट पेपर्स में देखोगे इसमें टिपिकल वर्ड्स हैं जो यूज किए जाते हैं। जब भी अगेंस्ट का वर्ड यूज होगा, आपके दिमाग में फौरन क्लिक करना चाहिए कि एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट की बात कर रहा है। ठीक है, सो एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए क्या कंपल्शन है? मूवमेंट इज फ्रॉम लो कंसंट्रेशन टू हाई कंसंट्रेशन। और एग्जामिनर में यूज टर्मिनोलॉजी अगेंस्ट द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट, और जो है डिफ्यूजन के लिए डाउन का वर्ड यूज होता है, डाउन द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट, हाई टू लो, डाउन, लो टू हाई, अगेंस्ट द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट। ओके, अच्छा अब देखो इसमें अगेंस्ट द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट मीन मिनरल्स मूव इन बाय व्हिच प्रोसेस? एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट, एंड दिस प्रोसेस रिक्वायर्स एनर्जी। नाउ वेयर डज दिस एनर्जी कम फ्रॉम? एनर्जी के बगैर तो ये जो अपहिल मूवमेंट हो ही नहीं सकती। तो अब क्या होगा कि आप देखो रूट हेयर सेल के अंदर यहाँ पे माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया होते हैं। इन लार्ज नंबर देयर आर माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया इन द रूट हेयर सेल, एंड दे आर आल्सो कॉल्ड पावर हाउस ऑफ द सेल। मीन इन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया रेस्पिरेशन टेक प्लेस, रेस्पिरेशन होती है ना, तो एनर्जी जो है यहाँ पे रेस्पिरेशन होगी, एंड बाय यूजिंग दिस एनर्जी plants absorb mineral ions from the soil into the root hair cell. ठीक है जी, एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट आई थिंक आई हैव मेड माई सेल्फ क्लियर, नाउ इट इज अप। और okay, now let's solve one question from past paper. Question 1 says active transport is the movement of molecule from a region of their higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration. You can see over here that word higher is used, higher to lower. So this is not correct. We already know that active transport is movement from low to high. Okay, so high to low, immediately cross this option. Particles from a region of lower concentration, lower to higher. So you can consider this example. Now you have to see using energy from respiration. This option seems correct. Let's see third one, urine by relaxation of a sphincter muscle in the bladder. Okay, urine has nothing to do with the active transport. So you have to cross C. What is D? Water through a partially permeable membrane.